Hi guys, how do you feel today? First member, I'm feeling really energetic and focused. Second member, honestly, I'm feeling pretty sluggish. I'm feeling happy and relaxed today. Different people give different answers when asked how one feels. This is because of different chemical reactions taking place in our body, which is termed as metabolism. These reactions provide energy for essential processes, such as growth, reproduction, and maintaining the organism's structure. Some metabolic pathways release energy by breaking down complex molecules to simpler compounds. Here, energy is released. These degradative processes are called catabolic pathways.
Anabolic pathways, in contrast, consume energy to build complicated molecules from simpler ones. They are sometimes called biosynthetic pathways. Metabolism is the engine that powers life. But what's the ultimate source of this energy? The answer lies in the breakdown of macromolecules, like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. This process releases energy, which is then converted into ATP, the body's primary energy currency. This energy conversion is governed by the laws of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics are having three laws. They are: the first law states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only converted from one form to another. Think of metabolism as a flow of energy, from nutrients to ATP, and then to the body's various functions. Second law of thermodynamics, which dictates that energy always moves from a state of high concentration to low concentration. The entropy of a system approaches a constant value as the temperature approaches.
Now, what is Gibbs free energy?
Free energy is the portion of a system's energy that can perform work when temperature and pressure are uniform throughout the system, as in a living cell. Also called a heat-absorbing non-spontaneous reaction or an unfavorable reaction, is a chemical reaction. The portion of a system's energy that can perform work when temperature and pressure are uniform throughout the system, as in a living cell. Gift-free energy. Two types of gift-free energy: exergonic reaction, endergonic reactions. Exergonic reaction is a chemical reaction where the change in the free energy is negative. This indicates a spontaneous reaction if the system is closed and initial and final temperatures are the same. Endergonic, also called a heat-absorbing non-spontaneous reaction or an unfavorable reaction, is a chemical reaction in which the standard change in free energy is positive, and an additional driving force is needed to perform this reaction.
Let's dive back into the macromolecules. The major portion of the food we consume contains carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. These are broken down into simpler units and utilized by our cells. Here let's focus on carbohydrate metabolism. These carbs are made up of macromolecules like starch, cellulose, and glycogen. Breaks down carbs into simpler sugars. Food then passes through the esophagus and into the stomach, where gastric enzymes further break down carbs, i.e. in the small intestine. Enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver help absorb sugars into the bloodstream. The glucose uptake into the cell's crossing is controlled by GLUT transporters. Different organs have different GLUT transporters, which are mentioned here. They facilitate the transport of glucose into the cells. First, let's see about fed state, where glucose level is high. Insulin is released, promoting glucose uptake in cells and glycogen storage in the liver and muscles, which undergoes glycolysis and glycogenesis by various organs, especially liver, adipose, and muscle. Glycolysis is a series of reactions that extract energy from glucose by splitting it into two 3-carbon molecules called pyruvates into pyruvate, which enters the citric acid cycle, producing ADP, NADH, and FADH2. These energy-rich molecules power our bodies. Carbohydrate metabolism is a complex process involving multiple organs. First, the signals are passed from the brain to the target organs. Digestion starts in the mouth, where saliva breaks down carbs into simpler sugars. Food then passes through the esophagus and into the stomach, where gastric enzymes further break down carbs, i.e. in the small intestine. Enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver help absorb sugars into the bloodstream.